Tomorrow at this time, we will be announcing your ACM nominees, meaning they're giving us the sealed envelopes, and it will be the first time that anyone, including ourselves, hear or see. They do not trust us having them today because they know somehow we will look and text our friends and tell them. So tomorrow morning at this time, we will reveal. We'll learn as you will, the ACM nominees this year. All right, time now for the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
The FBI is warning against using public device charging stations. Places you go if your phone's dead, maybe at a sporting event, they get the little plug-ins.
I just did this.
Starbucks.
The latest way for hackers and scammers to get into your devices is through public charging stations. The FBI is calling it juice jacking. That sounds dirty. That is a funny term that I don't know that I would use.
You know they laughed at that one.
Yeah, they were like, everybody else say this.
Oh, God.
That is wild. They call it juice jacking.
Huh.
Bad guys have managed to hijack public chargers that can affect devices with malware or software that can give hackers access to your phone or tablet or computer. So that's what's up. Gas pumps have those skimmers. Basically, it's the version of that, but for your phone. And if you're going to a public place and putting your phone there, they're going to take stuff from it.
Gosh, but sometimes you're so desperate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like at the airport. Oh, gotta charge it.
Well, for me, I have a couple of those portable battery packs that you charge and then you put into your phone. But if I have one with me, it's always dead because I always forget to charge it. It gets about one good charge, and it's dead for like 3 months. I never remember to charge it until I need it. That is from today. The source is today. Do you have any of those pre-made salads in your fridge? If you do, there's a good chance that after investigation, you may want to throw them out because a lot of them have been contaminated with deadly bacteria.
Oh, no.
Right.
Fresh Express and Revolution Farm salad kits have been voluntarily recalled. Random samples detected listeria. Now, there haven't been any crazy illnesses announced, but listeria is a rare but severe foodborne illness that affects 1,600 people annually. But we've seen this listeria break out in different vegetables before, and so they have done a voluntary recall saying, hey, look, some of this stuff could be contaminated. Go ahead, chill with it if you can.
Yeah, it's just those two brands.
Yes. So Fresh Express and Revolution Farms. None of those products will still be in stores as all the recalled lots are past their marked sell-by date. So they're saying none of the bad products will still be in stores.
But they might be in your fridge.
Right. So if they are, look at it.
Okay.
I don't know. But still, you're being asked to throw out money you spent. And secondly, what are the odds that mine has it? And I just spent $7 on this. I'm probably going to eat it and just run with it. Not the wisest thing maybe, but I'm probably not going to worry about it. Or maybe I'll wash it myself.
You can do that. Can you wash that bacteria away,
the
though?
listeria just
goes away.
I guess if the water's hot enough. That's how I feel about washing anything or cleaning anything.
Okay.
If the water's hot enough, man, it'll do anything.
Do not wash lettuce in hot water.
If you want to waste $7,
No,
it just tastes like kale then. It's just hard like kale.
Oh.
I imagine it's kale.
Okay.
If you have leftover Easter Peeps, you have plenty of time to eat them. Speaking of healthy things, researchers found that Peeps will stay fresh for a very long time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, duh.
It's not
They're
real.
basically made up of preservatives. Like their goal is to preserve. If they are kept airtight in plastic, they will last up to 2 years.
Wow.
That's how you know you shouldn't eat something.
But that's also cool because you can save it for next year.
I hear you, but it's
That's
like
so
if it
gross.
lasts that long, there's something in it that makes it last that long that probably you shouldn't be consuming. That's from dictionary.com. No idea why that was from dictionary.com, but that was the story. The most and least addictive foods. The most addictive foods are highly processed foods, according to a study. Here are the list: pizza, chocolate chips, cookies, ice. It's my list of favorite things.
I mean, yeah, me too.
These are a few of my favorite things. But foods that are hardest to get addicted to: corn,
I love
broccoli,
corn.
Yeah, I don't crave that.
carrots. Yeah, I'm never like, babe, I'm in a corn mood.
I need more corn.
Where's the best place to get some broccoli tonight, babe? Yeah, that never happens. You wish it would, though. You wish you had these cravings for like super healthy stuff. I don't. I love sugar. I can't get enough sugar. I can't get enough ice cream and cookies. Anything with just tons of sugar. And I get it. It's addictive. It's reacting with the chemical in our brain that goes, ooh, joy. But then once I have it, I need it again.
Yeah.
I do feel like I'm probably a little addicted to sugar. I haven't had any real sugar in a couple months. Fruit, natural sugar. But I love it so much.
When you eat cookies, do you eat them like, oh, one little bite at a time, or are you Cookie Monster? Like,
Eddie, I'm not crazy. I'm like animal.
oh, so you do
You
one
don't
at a
go,
time?
I don't eat them like with my pinky up like a tea party. but I eat them normally. I just eat 11 of them.
Oh, dude, I can destroy a bowl of ice cream in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, but you're asking me if I eat it sloppily.
Right.
I can eat a lot of it, but I don't go, it's not on my face
It's not crumbs
when it's
everywhere?
over.
That's what I pictured.
Studies have found that fewer photos equal better memories. Basically, if you have your phone out and you're taking pictures of an event the whole time or recording it the whole time, you tend to not remember it as well because you spent all the time recording it. Now, that being said, you can always watch the video back, but that is never as good.
Yeah.
And a note from me, we don't want to watch your concert footage on Instagram unless it's like one clip. We don't need a 5-clip set. If it's like one clip and you're like, look, I'm here, it's Harry Styles, he's doing Watermelon Sugar, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's fun. But I ain't gonna watch a whole concert. Nobody wants to see it.
Yeah, your advice there has come in handy even for me sometimes because you're enjoying it, so you want to share it. But then I've heard you in my head, like nobody wants to see this.
And
Don't
I'm
do
not
that.
trying to be the old man in the front yard arguing, screaming at
Right.
the clouds,
But
my
you're
fist up in
right.
the air.
You're right.
It's like 1 or even 2 if they're different slides about different things happening. That's cool. But nobody's gonna sit through 3 stories. I went to a Morgan Wallen show and the guy recorded the whole concert with his phone. He had an
That's funny.
hour-long. Why? You'll never watch it back. You can watch better footage on YouTube if you just want to see like some Morgan Wallen live. And I guess unless you're just trying to record the whole thing in case something happens, so you have a viral moment. But he recorded the whole thing. He didn't watch the show at all himself. He watched it all through the phone. Yeah, so there you go. You remember it better if you're not always on your phone. A couple with 3 children, they find out they're related 10 years into marriage.
What?
A Colorado couple with 3 kids received a memorable anniversary surprise about 10 years into their marriage. In March, her name is Selena Quinores. She shared a TikTok video that's gone viral talking about how she and her husband learned they were related. And check the accent I tried there.
Yeah,
Quinores.
that was really
Thank you
good.
very much. It was when the couple decided to work on their family tree. They got the DNA test back. They started looking, and it says they are between 2nd cousins and 7th cousins, but there's a lot. There's a big difference.
I've never heard of 7th cousins.
Well, it can get there
Yeah.
through generations, but there's a big difference in 2nd cousins and 7th. You're acting like it's the same thing. It's like, I'm going to buy a new car. Ooh, I'm going to get a 74 Plymouth or a Lamborghini. It's somewhere in the middle of that. It's like, that's a wide range. If you're a 2nd cousin, you may get a tail like Amy if you have kids. They may have a tail, like your tail that comes out of your butt.
It's not a tail. It's not a tail.
7th cousin, all good. 6th cousin, all good. 5th cousin, pretty good. 4th cousin, well, let's talk. 3rd, probably not. 2, no way. 1,
You're
welcome
crazy.
to Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can
That's
only make
funny.
that joke because I'm from Arkansas. That's from Fox 17. And finally, the $214 grilled cheese is back. Serendipity 3 is bringing back its quintessential grilled cheese sandwich. The sandwich holds the Guinness World Record for being the most expensive sandwich in the world. This feels like an easy one to break if you're a restaurant. Charge $215 and just put something stupid in there. Like, that's what I would do. Nobody would buy it. But this one, $214, French Pullman champagne bread
Ooh.
with Dom and grass-fed white truffle butter, 23K edible gold flakes. You get this to post on social media. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't take. It can't be that good. It can't be $214 good.
Yeah.
Only 25,000 cows are able to produce this cheese they use.
Wow.
And only between May and June.
Oh, so it's really rare.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Just because it's rare doesn't mean it's good.
You can go in with a bunch of friends and you each get a bite.
Yeah, but how many friends? Let's say you do it with 2 friends, $100 each. 4 friends, $52 each, something like that.
That's doable.
That's literally a buy for $50.
yeah, that's not doable.
That's
I'm
terrible.
out, I'm out.
You all get to take a picture with the full thing, though, saying you bought it.
Yeah,
now
that's
we're
true,
talking
that's
about.
true.
Now we're getting to the point here.
But if you take a picture, you're not going to remember it.
Who cares? You're not eating it anyway. You get one bite. All right, that's from Brit and Company. That's the news. Thank you.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
Parker McCullum, handle on you. By the way, great time with Parker yesterday. Check out the Bobby Bone Show podcast if you want to hear that interview. Glad you guys are here. Good morning to you. I want to shout out to one of our listeners, Charlie Coyle, who plays for the Boston Bruins. They basically had the best NHL season ever and regular season. And so he's a big listener. Him and his wife listen all the time.
What?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I was messaging with him this morning on Instagram, and I was like, dang, that's a great season. And I know a lot about hockey. I grew up in Arkansas, but I guess I'm a Bruins fan.
Yeah.
Hey,
Why not?
you like me, I like you. This is like second grade. You want to go with me? I will go with you if you go with me. Bruins, here we go. So, yeah, I'm a Preds guy too because they're right down the road, and I've done some stuff with them. But I don't have any Preds saying I listen to your show every morning.
Yeah, not one.
No, me and Charlie Coyle, we're BFFs. So, let's go. So, yeah, big shout out to the Bruins and anybody who listens in Boston. We're your BFF until someone proves that they're a better BFF. We're up for the taking. Okay, that's what's up. We're going to come back and talk about Lunchbox's car. Is his wife scared for their kids' safety? Why this teacher was fired? We'll get into that in the next segment. He asked his kids to do stuff and not bad. He said, here's a project I want you to do. And then he was fired for it. We'll talk about that. And grab your calls next. Okay, a couple things. Thing number one, I want to talk about this teacher. A teacher's fired after asking his students to write their own obituary. Now let that set in for a second because
Yeah.
this is...
How old are they? Do we know?
Yeah. So here's the story. In Orlando, this teacher named Jeffrey Keene had the idea for this assignment, and it was his second period, like I assume like 8th, 7th, 8th grade, because most kids aren't second period in 4th grade.
No, they're
Right.
not.
Right? Like
Right.
it would have to be junior high, high school.
Right.
So I'm making that educated guess that it's at least somebody over 12. And so the whole situation is they were having an active shooter drill, which is a reality to kids these days. It is what's crazy. Not really a reality for us because Columbine didn't happen until we were basically in college
Yeah.
for the most part. I was talking to my wife about this. And my wife went to a school where there was a school shooting. And I mean, I was talking to somebody last night whose wife was at the one here. And she saw the shooter. And so it's such a real thing that kids are having to be prepared differently for it. So there are these active shooter drills, and that's not like a, wow, we can't believe we're doing this. It's almost like a normal-ish part, like a tornado drill, or we had earthquake drills back, and we're in Arkansas. Ain't no earthquakes happening in Arkansas. So like once a year we'd have an earthquake drill. We'd be like, wow, this is what we do. We get under the they have active shooter drills more than that now, more than once a year because of everything that's happening. So with this, he was like, hey, I want to do a project to actually have us reflect on our lives and what you want to be known for. And he said, so let's consider this. If something happens to you and in the next 24 hours, what would you do differently than yesterday? So write your own obituary. By the end of the day, the teacher had been fired. One student got upset, asked to see a counselor. They brought in a supervisor to watch a second period class. And this is specifically 11th to 12th graders. I don't know if he did it to other kids, but we're talking about what age group. He said that students were, being interviewed about the assignment because administrators came in to want to know what the assignment was and what was given. And then they said, you can resign. He goes, I'm not resigning because I didn't do anything wrong. And that's from newser.com. A lot of stuff to unpack there. And I think it's different depending on the reason and the motivation for doing it. And I think if he's a good teacher, and I think his motivation was actually quite positive. It sucks it was around an active shooter drill. It sucks there has to be active shooter drills because there's people going into schools once a week killing people. Yeah. And that's just schools. I mean, we talked about the bank in Louisville. Yeah. It's all the time. So maybe I wouldn't have used the word obituary, and I'm doing hindsight. Maybe the fact that he called it an obituary, maybe that's what got. I just don't think he should have been fired if he was a good teacher. If he just said, we're having an active shooter drill today. And let's say he said what I said. I didn't have to do this when I was a student. This is crazy that we have to worry about this. And so we're going to go through the protocol of what's happened. And he lists off Uvalde. He lists off Nashville. He says, we're going to prepare in case it happens. But what I want you to do is reflect on your life. Like, if you weren't here tomorrow, what would you write? I have a hard time, and it's semantic saying the word obituary and not. I have a hard time thinking he should be fired. I'm kind of justice for this teacher because he sounds like a teacher that is not just going, let's just do some crap and get this day over with and get paid. It sounds like a teacher who's actually putting thought into it. And sometimes if you are dedicated and you're committed to, let's say, changing lives and you're trying things that aren't, normal, everyday, you're going to do it wrong sometimes. That's the risk of trying to be really good at something, is sometimes you're going to be really bad while you're risking to try new things. So I say justice for Teacher Keene.
Yeah.
Teacher Keene, yeah.
I'm leaning that way too, because I think you look at the intention behind it, like you're saying, and knowing his heart. He wasn't coming from a place. And I read a book recently. It's called Hero on a Mission by Donald Miller. And in the book, it advises you, now this is for adults, so to write your obituary every day.
He's fired.
No.
I fired him from my bookshelf.
And I'm paraphrasing, but the intent behind it is to, how do you want to live? How do you want to be remembered? And it reminds you daily who to show up as.
That's exactly what he said.
Right. But kids versus adult is different, and also the active shooter situation. But if you know his intention and heart behind it, then let's just justice for him.
And again, it's semantics. The word obituary, if he said it, I think people just hear that. Even you, that's why I said it like that to you guys, because I saw you guys go, ooh.
Yeah, it's weird.
Because you kind of walk through all those thoughts and feelings. Obituary, huh? Yeah. But it does matter too, because because we did some research while we're talking about it. 11th and 12th graders is also different than 7th and 8th graders.
Absolutely.
And that's who it was, 11th and 12th graders.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
Got us again.
Justice for Jeffrey Keene.
yeah.
He sounds like a teacher trying to make a difference. Had great intentions. I don't even know that it hit bad, even though his intentions were good.
Why fire someone like over that?
Because people get their butt hurt. They're like, oh, I got parents complaining. Oh, this is... And so they have to react because other people are reacting toward them. But we live in a reactionary society.
That's the word.
But you can't do like, hey, we'll talk to him. He'll never do that again.
I demand he should be fired.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
People are
But
reactionary
it ain't crazy. Look at everywhere.
and narrow-minded.
I mean, and we're taught and we're conditioned to be even more reactionary and even more narrow-minded by what we see in the news and social media, that you're only building your own news feed by what you like, and they just keep dialing in and saying, this is what you like, I'm going to keep feeding it to you. Therefore, you keep falling deeper and deeper into the hole and more polar, and then all of a sudden, everybody hates everybody.
It just doesn't make sense to be like, I don't like it, get rid of him. Like, how about I don't like it, let's not do that again. But
And it's probably people that are going, we hate cancel culture. All right, cancel him. Let's fire him.
yeah,
It's not like he did. It's not like he did something to a kid.
right.
And I don't want to spend 6 minutes fighting for this guy. He may be a terrible dude. I want to be his friend.
We don't know.
I don't know.
I'm like, what if
But
they
through
were like,
this story, like justice for Jeffrey Keene. Yes.
I just started to think, what if they've been looking for a way to get rid of him and they're like, finally,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have
Finally
it.
did something
He finally
stupid.
did something. We can fire him now.
So there's
Who
that
knows?
story. That's from newser.com, as I said. I do want to talk about Lunchbox. And, we mentioned your car has how many thousand miles on it?
214,000, like 300 and something.
And respect.
Yeah.
Arkansas Keith had a Toyota that had that kind of miles on it. But he kept good care of it. Like, he really spent a lot of time making sure that things were right. He kept it clean, was getting it tune-ups. Like, that was very important to him to keep that truck. He couldn't afford to buy a new truck, so he made that one as healthy as he could.
That's where I'm at.
You do not care. You have
don't
a hole.
take
You
care
have
of
holes
it.
in your floorboard like Flintstones where you can see the ground.
The 05 Ultima's still running.
Like, if you pull the mat, there are holes where you can actually see the ground in the car. And so we asked Lunchbox, how did your wife feel about the kids being in this car? Is it safe or not? And so you went to her, and this is you talking to her?
Yeah, I had never even thought about that question until you brought it up. So I was like, man, maybe she does worry about it. Let me go ask her how she feels.
So this is Lunchbox and his wife. Here we go.
Do you feel comfortable and safe when you ride in the Nissan Altima 05?
Yes, I feel safe. I don't know about comfortable.
Okay, but when I say, hey, I'm going to take the kids and I'm going to put them in my car, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I think it's fine. You're not going like too far with them. But I mean, it's got a lot of stuff in it. It's not very comfortable to sit in.
Okay, we're not talking about the dirtiness. We're talking about like reliability. Like, do you think the car is safe? Like for the kids to be in?
I mean, I would prefer you not drive it with the kids in it, but sometimes that's the only option we have.
So you think it's a piece of crap?
I think it's time to retire it.
Rude. Let's go make out in the car.
See, I also say it's time to retire it. And he's like, why are you telling me what kind of car? I'm not. Your wife says the same thing. It just seems unsafe. And also, you can afford a new car.
Costs money, man.
I understand that cars cost money.
Yeah,
They do.
Yeah,
That's the
but
thing.
even your wife is saying it,
I understand,
Yeah.
but it's an expense that right now I'm not willing to put on that table.
and good for you.
Thank you. I mean, it's paid off. I don't have
the
a car
fact that
payment.
you love to flex so hard with every single thing that you own. You love for people to think you're rich. You love for,
I know. And I think my neighbors, like, they see that car sitting out front, they're like, goodness, that is such an eyesore.
but you don't care.
No, it is. I mean, it runs.
But
Like
it's
when
the
I-
opposite of a flex. I guess my point is it's just against everything that you stand
No,
for.
because
Everything.
I can't get a Lambo. And so I can't flex. What am I going to flex in? I would love to have a Lambo, a Corvette, something like that, but I can't afford that. So I roll in the Ultima and I have dreams and aspirations and I see people, man, like I was driving yesterday with my wife and there was a black and white Corvette pulling out of this restaurant and I was like, look at that one. It was slick looking.
I bet you could afford that.
And it was awesome. And she goes,
But your kids,
Huh?
you want them in that?
that's the problem. They couldn't fit in that.
Right.
And so that's what I'm saying. I can't really get anything that I want. So the Ultima is something I've had since 05 and it still runs and it's still part of my life and it has so many memories. I mean, I've had that car longer than I've known my wife.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome. If you're just keeping a car because you're like, it still runs, I'm going to save money. I'm going to keep going until I'm able to finally get my whatever. You're building towards something, but you have all these dreams, but you're not building toward the dreams.
I am building towards those dreams. I mean, I bought a share of Rolls Royce so I can
No,
own
but
a
that's
Rolls
my
Royce.
point. We spent how much? $1? $2?
$1.60.
We bought a share. No, we bought a piece of a share.
No,
of
no, no.
Rolls
We
Royce.
bought one share.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that one we got a full.
That's the one thing we have an entire share of.
Oh, look at us.
Well, I hope the car lasts another 5 years.
Yeah.
If you want it to.
I do
It's just
too.
against everything you stand for.
It is. It really is. But if I could fit 3 kids in a Lambo,
You wouldn't get that either. You just said you can't afford it.
I don't know how much the payment would be. But if anybody could tell me, it'd probably be like $10,000 a month for a Lambo,
The
right?
people that buy Lamborghinis, do they make payments?
No, they probably
Or
pay
just pay
cash.
cash.
They throw it.
Both.
Oh, what if I
It
lease
depends.
it?
Well, sure. You could pay if you have excellent credit and you finance the full price of the car. Your monthly payments would be around $5,000 a month.
Dang.
Lower rates may be available with the down payment.
Oh, what do you
obviously.
think trade in for the Ultima they'd give me?
Honestly,
Like if I called a Lambo dealership?
$500.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
That's pretty good.
Even for like scrap metal part?
I think about $500. Didn't you do that somewhere? Didn't you drive it somewhere and you?
I
asked them?
just I looked online,
What did it say?
$250.
$250.
The Kelly Blue Book.
I think your bike would get more than that. You ride into work sometimes.
I mean,
Don't you?
I do. I really
Okay.
think my bike would get more than my car. So
All right.
I can't afford $5,000 a month.
We didn't tell you you should.
Yeah.
Well, you just looked up a Lambo for
You
me.
asked a question, so I looked it up.
Like I don't understand.
I'm done with talking about cars.
What if a Lambo dealership wanted to drop one off and let me drive one for a month or two?
What if they just wanted to give you a free one
Oh
and that
my
one
God.
had wings and had a lottery ticket in the back that won $10 million?
Amazing.
That would be
I mean,
awesome.
if we're just dreaming, let's just dream hard.
Do they
All right,
really
hold
have
on.
them with wings?
No. We'll be back in a second. Hold on. So Lindsay Chrisley was apparently doing an interview, and they asked about Todd Chrisley, who's in jail.
Yeah, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here she is discussing how good his hair looks, how he's made great friends. And this is on a podcast called Southern Tea.
His spirits are great. He is really just embracing the process there and making the best of the process there with the people that are also there serving time with him. He's made great friends. He talks about his friends there.
Hey, I hope he's living the greatest life ever. And he's like, figured out what's up and he's healthy now. I just wonder, has he replied to your letter to go visit him in prison?
I have not received a reply. I sent it from 2 different post offices, so that way I made sure, like, if one post office lost it, the other one wouldn't, and I've got nothing. I even looked up his inmate number to write on the thing. You can go to the website, and it tells you how to fill it out, and I did. Perfection.
Nothing back?
Nothing.
That's surprising.
Is it?
I like old Todd Chrisley. He came in on the show. Yeah. He guest hosted when Lunchbox was out, and it's like one Lunchbox to a temporary Lunchbox.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, man, I want to come see you. We told Lunch we'd send him down there. But no luck, no
nothing.
Prison.
And maybe he just did it without telling me, and I'm just supposed to show up.
Or wait, so let me say that again. He did what without telling you, and you're supposed to show up?
Put me on the list.
Added him.
Oh, so you think you should just go down there and see if you're on the list?
Yeah, like maybe
Oh my
I should, or I just call. Like, can I call the prison and be like, hey, can I
Todd
talk
there?
to Todd? Like, I don't know if you can get phone. I don't know.
Worth a shot.
Is Todd there?
It's a low security one, so I figure they may be able to just get phone calls like
Yeah.
right, the nursing home.
Todd, there's a guy in Lunchbox on the phone.
Todd, line 3.
So, okay, we'll keep waiting.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Maybe-
again, if he hits you back, all expense paid trip for you to go down to that prison.
You know what? Maybe I should write a follow-up.
Yes,
A
that's
third
it.
from
Yeah.
a different post office, though, in case
Yeah.
the first two
Just
lost
in
Exactly.
case.
Write more.
Yes.
Don't give up.
That's right. Just keep writing. Yeah, more. Don't repeat the letter.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
New.
saying. Like a new one. Like, hey, just checking in.
Todd, it's
man.
my third attempt to reach you.
Yes.
I hope
Yeah.
all is well on the forefront. And hit him with that.
Oh, I like the forefront.
Be vulnerable.
Like, I've just been, emotionally, I've been scared for you and worried about you.
We don't have to be fake, but be like
Oh.
vulnerable. Like,
I've been to
I
jail.
have a car that has 200,000 miles,
Oh.
and people judge me.
Oh, like relatable.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and so because
I've
of
been
that,
to jail before.
You have been to jail.
Oh my gosh,
I
A
know,
whole
what it's
day.
like, I know what it's like on the inside, man.
Yeah.
A whole day.
Should he do a Shawshank reference, like get busy living, get busy dying kind of thing?
Yeah, but don't be exactly. Do like get busy trying to live and get busy trying not to die, just in case you get sued for stealing that line.
Okay.
You know.
But
Yeah.
Shawshank, does any of that, did they get out in time or did they sneak out?
I
tell
can't
you
tell
that.
you that. You have to watch the
I
movie.
watched
Spoiler
the
alert.
movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, Amy.
It's about time for them to remake that one, though.
Remake it?
No. Stop remaking movies.
I'm just saying you
Guys,
probably shouldn't reference any movie
No.
that talks about breaking out of prison.
Nah, you either know or you don't know. It don't matter, or it matters. And if you don't know the reference, you still just feel like it's a good line.
All right.
What?
But I'm saying every movie studio wants to make things where the IP, which is the ownership that already exists, and they know people will just spend money on it. And that movie was so good, maybe one of the best of our lifetime, maybe number 2 after Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
That I'm surprised they haven't remade it yet. Like, if they want to make money, they should probably remake that movie.
That one's still so good, though.
It's still
just-
so good, but they're not making money with it.
Yeah.
They're remaking everything. I'm surprised they haven't remade Forrest Gump.
Ooh, that would be weird.
Well, it's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
weird. But yes, get busy trying not to die and make sure you're spending your time living. Something like that, where it looks like you didn't quite steal it.
Yeah.
Let me go to Marty in New York. Marty is on the phone. Marty, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I'm on Lunchbox's side. I've got a 2008 Toyota Yaris with 421,000 miles.
Whoa.
I feel you. We're on Lunchbox's
That's
side
respect.
too, but the reason that we're confused by Lunchbox is he's got this car. It's got holes on the floorboard that you can see the ground. His wife doesn't feel like it's super safe for his kids to be in it. And his number one motivation in life is proving to people that he has money. And he's always like, fancy car. I need to fancy this. He wore bracelets. Remember when he wore bracelets?
Oh, yeah.
No.
iHeartRadio.
I tried on
Right,
the bracelets.
Like he's like
I didn't
trying to
wear
wear
them.
jewelry.
He had rings, too.
He just wants people. So we're like, it just doesn't match your brand that you're still driving this car. And he's for all those reasons. So it's not anything about actual money. It's just what he stands for.
Yep, I hear you.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, you should have seen the bracelets the guy was wearing, though.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
His
man.
He hates when we talk about the bracelets.
I think one of them was a snake that wrapped around his wrist.
It was a snake bracelet?
No. I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't.
No. Like,
Oh,
Was
it's
it an eagle? It was an
tied.
eagle.
wrist slither?
No.
Huh?
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
They were leather bracelets. I
Oh,
put them
leather.
on, and I said, that ain't right. I put them off.
No, I
Yeah.
remember seeing them.
No, I tried them on. That's what I'm saying. I did. I tried them on. I was like,
No, but you wore them around for a bit.
No, didn't wear them
Yes, that's
Yes,
how
you
we
did.
saw
We
you
saw
in
you
them
in them.
backstage.
Literally, I got dressed backstage.
Ah,
we
sounds
saw
fishy.
'em.
Yeah, I literally got dressed back there, so
And
I
then,
was.
but you had them on backstage, and we're
And
all
then
like,
I was like, that ain't right.
look
And
at
so,
the bracelet box over there.
Yeah, my fashion guru did not help me out there.
What is it called? He's like an oxymoron.
Yes.
Who is?
In many ways.
Yeah.
No, you're not a moron.
You're an oxymoron.
Yeah, why are you calling me a moron? I don't understand
So an
that.
oxymoron cancels itself out. Like you're a guy who loves to flex, but takes pride that your car, even though it's about to die and it's a piece of crap, that it's so you still have it.
Yeah.
Like you brag on cars and how you rent Corvettes to show
I did.
off.
High school reunion,
Yeah,
10
at the
years.
same
It
time.
was awesome.
Right. Or you wear bracelets and don't shower.
No, I didn't wear the bracelet, though.
You did. We all saw
I
it.
put it on.
It was
but
a
didn't-
serpent.
But I didn't wear it.
It was definitely a
put-
snake.
Leather serpent.
You put them on. It was multiple.
Yeah, it's multiple bracelets.
Yeah, it was
you were
two
stacking
little-
them. They call it stacking bracelets.
Stacks.
You're wearing
Is
stacking
that really what they
bracelets.
call it?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
can't wait to see what he wears this year.
Ooh.
Yeah, I gotta give him my fashion coordinator.
Dang, what could he wear that would outdo the bracelets?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't think of much. I mean, you can wear a bag like I do.
I will never wear one of those things.
You wore bracelets, dude. You can't ever act
no,
like that.
I didn't wear bracelets.
You
I
need a
put them on my
necklace.
wrist and took them off. They were on for about 32 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, whatever.
The
You guys
bracelets,
are-
the bracelets were, it was a risk.
No, it was a wrist for 32 seconds. And I looked at it and said, nah, that ain't
32
right.
seconds. Okay, and Marty, thank you for your call, buddy.
Absolutely. Have
All
a
right,
great day.
see you later. Let me do a voicemail here from, let's do voicemail number 1. Ray, go ahead.
Haha, hey guys. Totally just found your radio station out of YouTube. I'm out of Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. Very early in the morning, but just wanted to reach out. Thanks, guys.
It's awesome. And we have a really great YouTube channel. You can watch all the live performances. Go subscribe to the Bobby Bone Show. One more voicemail. Let's do, Ray, do number 5.
Hey, Bobby. I'm calling to give a huge shout out to Abby. I have a 5-year-old little girl, and for her 6th birthday, she came to me and asked if she could raise money for St. Jude instead of getting birthday presents this year. And Abby, who is also doing a fundraiser for St. Jude, donated to my daughter's fundraiser. So we just wanted to give her a huge shout out and a thank you that she donated to my daughter, even though she's raising her own money. And my daughter wanted to say thank you also.
Thank
you, Abby, for donating to St. Jude. We appreciate it.
Oh my gosh.
Aww.
So cute.
That was really good. Yeah. Thank you also, Abby, for donating to St. Jude. I appreciate it too. Just sounds cuter that way, doesn't
Yes.
it? All right. Thank you, guys.